Hey guys, thank you for coming to the call. I appreciate it. This is our 9 a.m. Friday Dig Deeper call. Just so that you know, for future references, I'm going to keep it on Fridays at all times, unless I'm going out of town. So if I'm going out of town and I'm like driving and I'm somewhere else and I don't have the access to the internet per se at 9 o'clock in the morning, then I will probably move it to like a Thursday, like the day before I leave. I know it's snowing outside, and I don't know why I'm doing it in my living room right now. Like I was like, am I crazy right now trying to do this? And my kids are all home today. I didn't know my kids didn't have school today until yesterday. I am a very good parent. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have school tomorrow? You know, that's the story of my life. Okay. So I think I'm going to move. So I'm going to walk with you guys down to my office. Okay. So make sure you're using your business activity tracker. I know I say that. Elizabeth, you have really inspired me. She was the one that kind of said, I need to start using this. I need to be a business owner, especially as having a new baby. And I remembered when I had a new baby in 2014, I went elite that year. We went elite as a team, and I was like, what did I do differently? And I remember I used what they had. It was a different business activity tracker. But I did use that. So I feel like for me, especially with my brain being so squirrelish lately and just so many things going on, it's so important to use this. And when I talk with new coaches, you guys, when I sign new coaches, the very first thing I tell them, okay, I'm going downstairs, sorry. And then I'll talk to you. I feel like they're distracting me. Like it's really snowing. I don't even know if you can see it. I don't even know if you can see it. Can you even see it? Can you see it snowing coming down right now? So they're like freaking out. Okay. So like the biggest thing that I've been doing with my new coaches is walking them through that new thing that I created in Bob Heilig's thing, which is like, so I told you my word for the year is simplicity. You guys knew that. One of the things that I've been doing is simplifying everything to the point of like, if a kindergartner signed up, hopefully they would be able to. So I'm creating a Google document, and I will give you all of my goal is to give it to you by the end of this month of everything that I've been using that's super simple. Pictures, explaining the different, just videos that I've been using to explain the coach opportunity, simple things. Like today, some girl reached out to me and she's like, okay, I've been watching for 2 years. Like, what do you do? So like, what would you say in that situation? I know in the past I'd be like, verbal diarrhea, like just every single thing. Very first thing I said was, oh my gosh, thanks for reaching out. I love that you've been following me for 2 years. I don't, what do you know about Beachbody? That's all I said. And she wrote me her whole entire story. She's like, I've been doing this and this and this. She's like, is it a pyramid scheme? She starts asking me all these questions. Let me anyhow, so my goal is to share, plug my light in. My goal is to share with you girls and the team and your downlines to have a Google document, like a place, it's a Google folder with super simple things, and it's been really working with me. So it's something that like, the reason that I feel like we struggle is because we overcomplicate. So my goal is to help us not overcomplicate things and all have systems in place, okay? So make sure you've been using your business activity tracker. If you're not, I know Sabrina recreated something that was like better for her. That's awesome. If you have something else that you're doing instead, that's great. But you need to have a place where you're following up. You know that you're inviting and connecting. I think I think a lot of times people don't do it because it's a gut check. It's like, oh, I've been working this business for 2 years, and this entire week I did 5 invites. That's really not building a business. So the one thing I just want to share with you, I've said this to you before, you can do all the trainings in the world. You can out-train yourself. You can recreate yourself. You can do amazing things. And 9 out of 10 times, if you are not inviting like in pockets, either like 3 to 4 times a week, large amounts of people, or just good quality people every day, you're not gonna build your business, okay? And that's okay if you're a slow growing business, if that's fine with you. But you have to be doing the work. So you gotta get real with yourself and ask yourself, are you doing the work? My kids are
I'm so sorry.
You guys talk to
Poor thing. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Yay for kiddos. Mandy, how are you? It's been forever. Like, I mean, I see you online, but I haven't been on one of these in forever. I don't even know if my sound is working. Am I muted?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, awesome. I'm doing two things at once, y'all. I'm literally in a class at work, but they're in like these hands-on activity time right now. So I muted myself on my work group call, and I'm on this with y'all on my phone. But anyways, enough about me. How are you?
I'm doing good. Way better than I have been in a long time. So,
Woo-hoo.
how about you guys?
Good to hear. I'm good. Just making my way through. I can't believe we're almost done with the Hey Girl Academy. That's crazy.
Oh, I know. But I feel
It's
like
a couple of weeks.
I really, really wanted to get into. So I'm excited about this module.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Okay, my son and he just started yelling at me. That was awesome. They're yelling at each other. They're mad at each other. Awesome. Okay, sorry guys. But I don't want to I didn't have any plans for this call in the sense of structure. I just wanted to talk to you guys about how your week is going. But I just can't tell you enough how important it is to go back to the basics and stop overcomplicating things. Get your business activity tracker out, make connections. So with my new coaches and with people in general, the problem they see is, well, I don't know who to invite. And that is a problem if you're not building relationships, okay? So that is where you need to go back to. If you don't know who to invite and you've ran out of people to invite, which I think is almost impossible in the sense, or maybe you're inviting the same people, you're not expanding your network. And that's another part of your business. You have to expand your network. So whether you're doing it on Instagram or whether you're doing it on Facebook or whether you're doing it on whatever, you got to remember that you invite people the way that you want to be invited. If you need to have a first contact with a person, do that. If you're a person that would love a voice message, do that. If you're a person that would love a call to action and you're going to click on a before and after picture, you should do more of that. You need to invite authentically the way that you would want to be invited. And that's the real deal. I can't tell you what your market is going to respond to most, but I will tell you that if you only try one way, you'll never be successful. So you have to figure that out. For me, it is a good contact. I don't know if you want to call it a hey girl, because I don't always say, hey girl, how you doing? Because stop doing the hey girl messages, right? But people, I invite very strategically, and I invite people from my stories. So I make sure I look at my stories. I'm very consistent with my stories. I make sure that every day, all the new people that are watching, which is not usually a ton, I don't get huge amount of new followers, but any new followers that are watching, I introduce myself and I say, thanks for watching my stories. And I do a little blurb about myself. I shared it in the Dig Deeper downline. I'm a mom of 3. I live in Oregon. It's not rocket science. 9 out of 10 times people will respond to that. If they don't, okay, they're not my people. I'm not going to chase them. It's not a big deal. But if they're continuing to watch, I'm who is this person? And I click on their name and I sent them a message, and it's 3 weeks later and they're still watching. I'd be like, oh, thank you so much for continuing to watch my stories. No, I'll say something like, wow, you ghosted me in my last message. Just making sure that maybe you were at the grocery store and had 3 crying children, because I can relate to that. I talk how I would talk, just reaching out to you one more time because you seem like a cool person, and I just really like to get to know my followers, okay? If she doesn't respond to that, do you think I'm reaching out to her again? No, I don't waste my time. But I like to have once they respond, I flag them on Instagram. I tag the flag button, and that means I'm in a conversation, okay? This is what's working with me. I then go to my business activity tracker, and if they responded to me, okay, I put their name down. And I have split this up into challengers and coaches, potentials, and it's whatever is working for me, whatever, I write a little note, okay? Do they always respond back to my second message? No. But if I reach out to them, they reach out to me, they say, hey, whatever. I just make sure I have that one good contact. And then to me, if they're continuing to watch my stories, hell yeah, I'm inviting them. I always invite them. I just don't like cold inviting for myself, meaning reaching out to all of my followers that have never watched my stories and mass inviting them. That doesn't feel authentic to me, and it doesn't work for me. If it works for you, great. I know top coaches that it works for. It does not work for me, okay? I would much rather authentically invite 5 or 6 people, and I do it I boldly, and I do it every day, okay, rather than invite 50 hey girl messages that they don't respond. That's just my personal opinion, okay? So let's go and chat. Tell me how, here's the thing, is I want you to feel successful and feel like you're making progress. I know every one of you, that's different for each one of you, but let's get real. You need to be making enough money to cover your products. That's bar number one. I want you to make money that contributes to family, whatever that means, or in your life. Like maybe that's being able to pay for gas or being able to pay for groceries or be able, like I want you to do this, enjoy it, but also make money and have an impact at the same time. So it's impact over income, but when you make an impact, income comes, okay? And it doesn't have to always be with challenge packs. I'm selling a lot of performance line right now because that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm talking about a lot. I always offer challenge pack first, but if that doesn't work for them, I always offer the Beachbody on demand. Like, why not? Okay. So like, don't sell yourself short. I'm just constantly trying to be in a lot of conversations, but right now I have 0 Success Club points, 0. And for me, that's like I don't want to be stupid, but like that's unheard of, like on the 8th of the month, but I'm in like 20 conversations. I got on 2 coach opportunity calls yesterday. I think my posts are on point. I know it's going to happen. Like I feel really good. I'm doing all my personal development. I'm not freaking out. Like I feel good about what I'm doing because I wasn't working very much in February. Now I'm seeing the fruits of my labor from February and March. That's why I don't have Success Club 0. That's why I don't have Success Club. Ding, ding, ding. So you really don't have Success Club the month of until you get, that's the work from the month before. So if you take a week off or you take 5 days off, that's going to affect you the next couple weeks. And you don't, a lot of times that's what's hard about this business is you may be like in it and you're killing it, but you're like stopping conversations. And then the next month you struggle. You got to always be in, they call it phase 1, which is always inviting, always talking, always having conversations. So you never run out of people. And it can be exhausting if you look at it as an exhausting way. I want you to stop looking at it as an exhausting way. I was telling my coach yesterday and she was like, I saw her face go, oh, that's good. And I wanted to share that with you and then I'll shut up. I was like, you got to get over thinking that inviting is icky and like I'm bothering these people. And like, I just sent them a message so I can invite them. Hell yeah, you did, because you get to choose who your community is. You get to choose and to who you're going to help. You get to impact so many people. And why wouldn't you share this with people? Get over the fact that you're running a business. You're not icky if you're like trying, like if you're thinking, it's so funny because a lot of you, I know you guys, and I know a lot of my coaches are like, it's so icky. Like, I just don't know. Like, what if they think like, who gives a crap? Like if you authentically ask them questions, you're going to get to know them. So why wouldn't I say, do you want to be part of the virtual vibe tribe? Because my virtual vibe tribe is a bomb ass. And I want every single person in that group because I decided how I'm going to run that group. And guess what? If they work with me for 7 days, I can fucking change their life. Okay. So I want them in the group. Earmuffs. Sorry, Elizabeth. I want them in the group. Why wouldn't I? And once I flip that switch, like, hell yeah, they want to work with me. Hell yeah, they get me. That's why I'm so confident. And that's why I can get people into my challenge group. Okay. And I've started to switch that switch with coaching. I've started to reach out to personal trainers and be like, do you want to add something on your plate that you can help more people across the country? I was used to scared for that. I'm trying to reach out to busy moms and be like, hey, you want to make an extra $500 or $100 or $1,000, you know, when they're watching me, like I'm not scared to say those things anymore because I know I can help. Okay. So I want you to tell me how your week's going, how you're doing, what's working for you, where you're struggling at. Let's talk it out. Business building activities. Let's talk about business building stuff. Okay. Sabrina, you go.
Yeah. So it's funny that you're talking about this because I'm just kind of in the process of changing just my approach, not really like the core of the activities is the same. So it's kind of validating also to just hear you talk about it kind of inviting in pockets, even if you're just doing 3 to 4 days a week, because what I've been in the Hey Girl Academy. I know we did the 5-day free challenge. I think I mentioned before. And so a lot of what she's talking about is building authentic relationships. So the volume of my invites have changed because where I was doing 10 or 20 a day just was, hey, you're watching my story, come get with it. Like, are you with it? What's up? That type of thing is switched. And because I'm really taking time to I'm doing polls that are less about call to action and join a group and more about, is this a pain point for you as a way to start a conversation? And then I reach out to everybody who answers the poll and really start digging with like, well, why is that something you struggle with? What do you think holds you back? And really understanding their issues, and then producing content the next week to answer those questions and give them value right out the gate. And then going back and going, hey, I made this content for you, and re-engaging with them. And so now I have, when we were talking about, I don't know if you were in that session or if it was in our team page, I can't remember, but somebody said they have like a 50 awesome people list that they build these relationships with, so they know these are the 50 that I'm going to invite next month. And that's basically what I am finally like starting to do. So before I was just doing the relationship piece and I didn't know like, well, how do you re-engage and all of that? Now we're getting into the part of the lesson where it's about inviting and like, how do we kind of shift the gear of the conversation in an authentic kind of organic way to get them where you want them to be, as far as like letting them know that you can help them, and having them more so coming to you so just the same way you're reaching out every day and being proactive, you're also creating this energy where people are coming to ask you. And so that's been really helpful for me, and just organizing it to align it with the BAT for myself. Because it's really, my BAT is pretty much the same. The only thing I changed was on the invite line, I made it say, start conversations from your polls or invite. So it's a slash.
Yeah.
And I just changed the color scheme because I love pink, and that makes me happy.
I feel like starting conversations to me is the first step to inviting. And I feel like you can have a lot of conversations, of course, and not invite. So let's not get confused. But if you're doing both, if you're constantly starting conversations, then you have people to invite, right?
Yeah.
So
That's exactly what I'm trying to finally, like, those two things are finally coming together. Whereas in the past, I wasn't necessarily doing the conversation part. I don't know why that didn't click for me, but I just wasn't doing it. It was like, invite. Why is do you want to join my group? I'm so excited. And never anything else about digging more than just, well, would this program be good for you? Those type of questions. So I'm very excited about that. Very excited about my content just getting a little bit better in terms of giving a space where I'm also letting people see a little bit more of myself and my story. So that's exciting. Struggles where I would say is just creating a system where I can stay on top of it. I think I have a lot of like, some months I have really good momentum, and then other months it like starts to die down. And it's not necessarily that I'm tired, but it's just, I haven't figured out. So for example, this month on the 17th, I'm going to be in the Philippines from the 17th until the 30th. I have no idea what the internet connection is going to be like. I'm assuming it's going to be good, and that I'll be able to post and spend time doing that. So I have scheduled it into my days. But I'm also like, well, what if it's not? So I'm also like trying to get ahead of the curve so that I don't let this ball drop of at least there's content. Even if I'm not in people's DM, I'm still there. And when I do get connections, so I would love to hear, because I know you did a trip to Europe a couple years ago, what you did.
I traveled for 6 weeks in Europe. I purchased a plan on my phone that was just like an internet, they had free international plan, but I upgraded it to like a faster plan, and it wasn't that expensive.
Okay.
It was like, I think I ended up paying $55 for the 6 weeks that I was there or something, but it was totally worth it. So I would do my workouts and my videos and stuff, and then I'd wait to find Wi-Fi where we went places, and then I would like upload my videos at those times. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
And then I just made sure I made I just shared my life as I was going, like my healthy lifestyle, like my personal, like what I was doing in the moment. I wouldn't say I signed thousands of coaches during that time, but I did sign coaches and I did build my team. Like I still did the behaviors. I just chose to get up in the morning before my kids were up. I did those things.
That's my plan.
There were days that I didn't work. I said, today I'm not working. I choose that. I was very intentional with my time. You have to be super intentional so that you can enjoy your free time and that kind of stuff,
Okay, cool. And then just been coaching my downline.
What are you going to say?
I have one business builder in my downline, and she made her first challenge pack sale this week. And so just working. I saw that you gave her a shout out.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And just working with her really closely to help her just start off with this authenticity and working with what's organic for her. So she's been doing that.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so no, she's been doing that, and that really seems to work for her. She's kind of following what I'm doing right now, but I think we all do that in the beginning, like, well, what is my upline doing? And
Yeah.
I think she'll, as she sees over the next 90 days, does this work for her? Does it feel organic? She'll maybe make a few tweaks to it if she needs to.
I think you've heard this before, but one of the things you can tell new coaches, I tell all my new coaches, is the very first thing you want to do is get your product paid for. And how you do that is you sign people up the way that you got signed up. So it makes it super simple. You don't like give them all these ideas of all these different challenge packs. You just say, go find 3 people that sign up the same way that you signed up. They can be a coach or a preferred customer for the discount, or they can be a customer. And you will be able to get your product paid for. Everyone wants to get the product paid for. In fact, Bob Heilig said, this is the number one thing we need to tell people within the first, he's like that network marketer. Like, you got to tell them how they get their product paid for, because they want to know how they can succeed. And if you're not scaring them, you're not, which is, I think we feel like we don't need to say these things because it's too much, but we're saying the wrong things in the beginning. So you need to tell them, and that's what by the end of this month, I'll have that folder up. That's like, here's what I do within the first 24 hours. Here's what I do within the first 48 hours. This is what the most important stuff is. Here's a document that I use. Here's a video that I use for coaching. I think it make it super simple. I'm trying to teach our downline that we don't need to overcomplicate things. We all have third-party tools, and we all can use the same things, okay? So you don't need to, of course, you can make a video about your story. That's great, but you don't have to. Of course, you can get someone on the phone about talking about the coach opportunity, but you don't have to. Like, you know what I mean? You can use our tools. One of the things I was going to say, you said something about pain point, like the pain points of the people that are watching you. I'm telling you right now, Taryn Perry is killing Instagram, and she just had this flip a switch go off in her Instagram. Watch her. She's constantly asking questions. She's constantly getting her audience engaged. She's constantly doing polls that are doing that. And I was talking to her today, and she said she finally, the last 2 months, has been a flip of a switch. It's not, these people have been watching her for a while, but now they're actually, she made 30-something Success Club points, which is a lot for her last month. And it's because she said all of them from Instagram. All of them were these. If you look at her posts, they're very engaging. She's asking a lot of questions. I'm not saying she's obviously like, maybe you relate to her, maybe you don't, but she knows her stuff on Instagram. She's working hard. Taryn Perry.
I stalk her a little bit, so
no,
I love Taryn.
On point.
That's good.
And to the point. She's a very blunt person, but in a nice way. Like, you're going to know exactly what she thinks, but a very nice person. And she's super caring and thoughtful, and that comes across in her post. The last thing I want you to do is go there and spend all your time and be like, oh crap, I'm not doing any of this. No, you go there for inspiration and go, wow, that's a great idea. I can do something like that. She always does this, like, did you know this about me? Or did you struggle like with this? These are the things. And she gives them tips like on her posts, or she's asking lots of questions, and you can see people are re-engaging with her. And she's finding a lot of people that she's working with for free giveaways and doing the loops that are working for her, of her people. I haven't done that yet. I am not an Instagram person. I still have a majority of my people come from Facebook. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm not giving up. I did have one sell from Instagram last month. Ooh, go me. But I don't have, I know some of you are primarily Instagram and some of you aren't. So you just got to figure that out. So I just want to say, make sure you share Taryn. Make sure you look for Taryn. Sabrina, I want you to come up with 5 words that describe what you represent, like what people are going to get when they join you. Mm-hmm. So I shared this and I want all of you guys to be thinking about this. Okay. And I don't care, like, I'm going to share my words, but it could be completely like so people, what they're going to get when they join you, and basically the kind of person that you're looking for, because then you can talk on those things and reach the right kind of people. So for me, it's just one word: sisterhood. They're going to get sisterhood. They're going to get community. They're going to get an impact in their life. And I even use the word hardworking. Like, I'm done saying that I want, like, this is fun. This is like so great. Like, no, this is hard work. It's the right kind of work, but it's hard work and disciplined. Okay. So I put that is the type of coach I want to attract: a sisterhood, a community person that wants an impact, person that's hardworking, person that's disciplined. So I use those words at least 3 to 4 times a week in my posts when I'm talking about coaching. Mm-hmm. So take those 5 words. I want you to come up with that about your coach, and I want you to start speaking to that person. And that's the homework I have for you guys today. Just want to throw that out there. Okay, Mandy, you're next.
Awesome. One thing that I've been working on a lot is just figuring out who I am and sharing my story in an impactful way, kind of along the lines of like Sabrina. I'm really trying to figure out like my people and because I have quite a few followers on Instagram, but they're not like my people. So I don't have good people to talk to and have conversations with. So I'm trying to work on following new people, searching new hashtags that fit my person so that I can begin those conversations. And I have people showing up in my stories all the time. So it's like I don't have like the new people to attract. So I need to grow that community of people that are the ones that I want to work with, need to work with, that sort of thing. So I'm just really working on figuring out who I am and to be able to share that in a good, authentic way.
Okay. Have you gone to the Beachbody Champions page lately?
Yeah, I try and keep up.
So they have 2 new trainings a week. They put 2 new trainings a week in there, which is great. Again, I don't want you to overtrain yourself. I don't want you to like watch every single training. But if you click on the unit section, there's a section that says like connect, invite, follow up, and there's like top coaches, and there's a bunch of them on Instagram. So there's like learn how to use hashtags for Instagram, learn how to attract people with your posts, or get better at social media. Like maybe focus on the ones that are social media based and Instagram based. And I think that will be helpful. So maybe put that into your, but I think you're doing the right thing. I think finding those hashtags and going to those people, that's important. And just continuously making sure that you're breadcrumbing your story and being authentic to you. Because again, there's 1,000 Mandys out there that are too quiet to say anything because they're too scared because they're the shy old Mandy, right? Yes. Okay. How is business going? How are your goal wise? Like we set some goals last week. How are those going for you?
I feel like today was a good first day for me. Like I still feel so like paralyzed and stuff, but today was just like, I feel good. I feel like I can really move forward from all the stuff that's happened, and I'm in just a happier place. So I'm like really ready to just dive in and do the things that I need to do.
Awesome. So have you been using your business activity tracker?
A little bit, not like I should, but I feel like I don't know why, but like I told you guys last week, I felt so paralyzed. And so like today was just like that first day of like, I've got a plan, the calendar, I've got like posts to do, and my tracker is out and open, and I'm just really ready to like.
Perfect. So you feel good. You feel good. Okay. I like that. On Monday, are you starting the Perfection Detox with us or no?
No, I am. I use my Kindle, so I'm going to order that book today. It's on my to-do list.
Okay, I read the first chapter and I was like, oh my God, my entire team needs this. We all need this. I need this. I was like, oh my God, I have those same thoughts. What's wrong with me? I was trying not to be a perfectionist while reading the book. I was like, this is a problem. You will love it. It's a workbook, so it's awesome. So like at the end of each chapter, she has you like, I need you to get these answers before you move on, and like just really like thinking. And so like today I've been really aware of the thoughts that are going through my head, because she's like, you have 70,000 thoughts that go in your head. So like today when I was doing my workout with 5 minutes before this workout, before I was supposed to meet you guys, I go, oh shit, I'm a bad coach. I cannot get my life together. I cannot get my organization together. I'm never going to be organized. And I was like, shit, I'm saying these things. I'm catching myself. And I would just like, these are like thoughts that are like really deep in the back of your head that you don't even realize you say. And I was like, well, there's my thought. My thought is, she has you come up with like 3 thoughts that you say all the time to yourself that are like negative, that you don't even realize you're saying. And I literally have caught myself saying at least 20 times that I'm not organized, and so I just can't figure it out. And I was like, man, I'm a bitch to myself. Anyhow, sorry. So that was good. So Perfection Detox. The other thing I want to tell you guys, Mandy, who's doing the Ultimate Portion Fix? Anyone starting that? Okay, we're doing it as a team starting Monday for 7 days, dialing it in and putting it into the Digital Underground group. So like I'm going to add a unit section into that group. And what I hope and pray and am dreaming of is that in the future, you can take those same exact posts and put them into your challenge group and have a unit section. So like starting the containers, here's your first 7 days. Do you know what I mean? So like, I feel like that it's going to help anyone, but I want to teach all of us and me, myself. I'm going to prove to myself that in 7 days, if I clean up my nutrition, I'm going to see huge results just in 7 days. So I want us for 7 days to effing follow the Ultimate Portion Fix to a T, do exactly what it says, and see how we feel. And then just prove to ourselves that in 7 days, because that's like a week before on the 18th, all the customers can order. So you want to get those 7-day results, and you want to tell your team, you got to do this with me. Any coaches and any coach that's struggling right now, you got to get them results. I'm telling you right now, that's the thing. It's got to be like a result. So 7 days, get them in. Encourage your team to do this with us. Get them into the digital underground. I'm going to lead it. I promise you, I'm doing it with you. I'm going to be in the trenches with you. And I'm going to do it for 7 days. And every one of us need to get those results. Okay. I'm excited about that. Sorry. Mandy, anything else? Goals for this week? Where are you at Success Club wise?
0.
Hmm.
But I know
Oh, good. Twins. How about next week when you show up? You want to be more than 0 with me?
I am going to be more than 0.
Okay.
Yes. I won't be here next Friday. We're heading out of town, but I'm still going to do all the things I need to do over the next week.
What's next Friday? Because maybe I'm out of town too. Just kidding. I'm here next Friday.
It's a fun
it's the following Friday. I'm out of town for spring break. Okay. Okay. So business activity tracker. Okay. Make sure you're getting, I want to see your 5 words next week. Do your crap. Okay. Don't keep your blinders on. Don't be going to all these other people's things. I'm telling you, keep your blinders on, people. Okay. I know you do that, Mandy. I know you get like stuck and then you're like, why can I do what this person's doing? Because I do the same thing. So keep your blinders on. Okay. Elizabeth, you want to talk?
Yeah, sorry. This week has been immensely challenging. I was getting 0 sleep. I didn't realize that Autumn was getting teeth. So she now has 2 teeth at 5 months old. Personally, I'm still doing really amazing. I feel super positive. I do my personal development every morning when I wake up without fail, even on the weekends. I listen to my podcast and it's changing my life.
I love you. Just want to say your positivity is contagious. So thank you. Keep going.
As far, and I really discount myself on the impact that I can have on others. And I've also just been really dumb for a really long time.
I love you. Yes, Elizabeth.
But
this is what I love about you. You realize this and send me voice messages and you're like, I've been really done with myself. Like, I'm a damn fucking good coach. What is wrong with me? I'm like, that is what's wrong. Like, I love it when you do this way because there is like badass Elizabeth.
Now I'm like calling people out on their shit and they love it. And I'm like, dude, you can't baby people. People don't want to be coddled. People want you to make them do their shit. So anyways, it's kind of awesome. I did not track this week. I did feed my family and myself. I have busted through 40 pounds lost with To Be Mindset. This course is my jam. I am planning on getting Ultimate Portion Fix so I can be in the know. Like, I feel like I need to know. And I love the container system. It works really well. But for my lifestyle, I'm not super into it. I'm not super into tracking. But to be a really great coach for my coaches that need it, I'm going to get it.
And that's exactly the point that's exactly the perspective a coach should take. You can love the To Be Mindset and it can be your jam. That's Taryn. She absolutely thrives off the To Be Mindset. But she got the UPC and I mean, you should get it and just be in the know so that you can serve your people. Like, what path is best for you?
So the best thing that's happening to me right now is I feel like I've been more open and talking with my husband about how I want to make Beachbody a business. And he's like, I don't know, putting the haterade away, which is super awesome.
Putting the haterade.
He obviously doesn't hate me because he loves me and we have 3 children and
you're a badass superwoman.
How would you feel if I could contribute like a couple $1,000s a month to our budget? He was like, wait, what? You could do that? I was like, well, yeah, I can. And I'm working on it.
What are you making right now?
Oh gosh. I'm averaging like $100 a week up to 200, which I feel is like really low for where I should be.
So 400 to 800, it's like 800 at your max.
Yeah.
400. So let's just say $500 you're making.
I'm making about $500 a month, but for somebody else, that would be amazing. So that's what I'm leading with is, let's get your products covered and
You're exactly right. That's what you have to say is, someone said that to me, my personal assistant, she was like, I know you focus on like business builders, like whatever. And she's like, but like, you have no idea how much $300 in my life changes my life. And she's like, so I think you need to focus on that. She's like, because that's the kind of people you attract, which is so true, right?
Signed a girl, everybody that I initially signed like 5 or 6 years ago, like they're all coming back.
Yeah.
And I signed a business builder this past month. I signed another girl, but she's going to be a slow grower because she's super overwhelmed and she's got a lot going on, and that's fine. Like, I'm going to love everybody hard, you know me. But I'm really circling back and just trying to be connected. Like, I feel like my word is connectivity. And I think for me, the part of social network marketing that hasn't been working for me is that I haven't been authentically connecting with my people to understand what they need. And when people jump at when they want something, I'm like, oh, great, here you go. Like, I don't understand like why they need it or what attracts them to it and what they're going to do after that. Like, I'm not asking all those questions ahead of time. And so I'm really slowing down, kind of like Bob suggests. And like, I've met this one girl twice at a cafe, and she's interested in like Beachbody and To Be Mindset. And I sat down and I told her, I just said, I really care about what I do, and I really care about you, and I want you to be happy, and that make sure this is a good fit. And if you have questions, I want everything to be taken care of, but I'm really struggling still on the business side as far as like how to make a solid presentation and how to, like, when people ask like, well, yeah, that's great that you sent me, their testimonials in the video, but like, I still have more questions, and I feel like.
Okay. So any person that you get to that point, get them on the phone with me.
Okay.
You have to get them on the phone with me, and I'll lead the 3-way call of a coach opportunity with you.
Okay.
It's different for every person, because what happens is I start the call and I explain it, and then I ask certain questions, and everyone has different questions. They have different, like, some people really want to talk about, the last girl I talked about, she was like really adamant. She wanted to be able to do something alongside with Beachbody. And so we talked through that. Like, other people are like adamantly like, I don't know if I can find anyone. So like we talk about those things. But Elizabeth, anytime you get someone to the call, like, so what I say is that they what do you know about Beachbody? I send them some videos, and then they're like, I say, what do you think? And they're like, that's all good and dandy, but blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why don't we hop on the phone call together? Like, I'm an open book. You can ask any questions you want. So anytime you get to that point, get me on a call. I can sell. I'm telling you, 99% of the people that I get on the call will join me. Not because I'm amazing.
My team, and I'm not good at it. So it's
not because I'm amazing and I'm like this amazing speaker. It's because my passion comes through the call. It's because
but you
it doesn't matter what you know. It matters what your passion is. And people are like, God, I want that. Like, so like, get me on a call. I'm more than happy to do that. And once you get comfortable doing that, all I need to do is lead 1 or 2 of those calls, and you're going to be like, oh, these are easy, but you don't know how to do it unless you get me on the freaking call. Okay. And I am going to be doing this I got to look at my schedule. I will let you know. But next week I'm doing a short, like 3-day coach open house just with you guys, like literally just with my people and my downline. So if you have like 2 or 3 people that are on the fence, if you have 4 or 5, like I'm literally going to run it like in a super small group. Like, this is what's happening. Like, I want it to be super authentic. I don't care.
Of like 8 people or more. What? Like, I have a list of 8 people or more. Like, I'm tracking everything really hard. So like, I feel like I'm slowed down, but I'm tracking everything. And that's really helpful. But for me, I need like at least 2 days notice before the group starts, because I can't always just like hop in everybody's messages like right away.
Oh, I think that everyone needs that. What is best for you guys? The 20th is a Wednesday. 18th, we start the portion control system type of thing. So I don't know if that's like too much that day. Or I could do, not the 20th, sorry, the 11th or the 13th. We could do the 13th through the 15th, which is a Wednesday through a Friday.
Yeah, take it and post it. That's fine.
Okay. Write this down. You said something, Elizabeth, and it made my mind think. Double your impact equals double your income. Okay, write this down. Double your impact. That means if you make $50, if you want to double your income, you got to double your impact to the amount of people you're affecting. Okay, the amount of people you're loving. All right, and if you can always have that, I have that like written impact over income, doubling it, you know what I mean? Like, make more impact, you're going to make more money. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money. I do not want you doing this for 5 years making zero money, okay? I understand the benefits.
If I for money, but like honestly, I'm at a point in my life where like if I can't turn this into like a job, like I'm going to become a hobby coach and go find a real job. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make money because it's worth my time, and my time is precious, and I do a good job.
Exactly. And you deserve it. And there's no reason that's stopping you, Elizabeth West, as a Emerald coach versus Elizabeth West as a 5-star. Like there's really nothing.
So I feel like, Kiana, all of the hard work that I've done, like one of these days, you're going to like shout me out and be like, dude, not only is she diamond, but she, you know, she's like 2-star diamond and she sold like 50 talent. Like it's going to be.
Oh, I'm shouting you out. I'm shouting you out. I'm shouting all of you out. It's your effing time. Okay. Time to rise up. Like, I don't understand why we all think everyone else is successful and like, or like you put this like thing around your head. It's like, I can't do this, like, or whatever. But it's like, the cool thing about this business is you get to do it authentically in your way that works for you. Okay. And that's what I love about it. So Tiffany, Elizabeth, I love you. I love how much you're working hard. I want you to keep your badass up, your badassery up. Get that. I love that you're doing personal development. I was going to say, I was not perfect with my BAT, but I actually had it out every day. And I actually tracked 3 or 4 of my last days. I was tracking nothing before. So like for me to be like this is 50% improvement. So I'm just going to make sure it's out. And when I feel like I'm at my computer, I'm like, what do? I get my business activity tracker out. Like I haven't done that. That's a good idea. Okay. Tiffany, last but not least, we love you. We're ready for you.
Hi. I know that I've been like randomly in and out of here. I work every other Friday. So this is my Friday off. So it's easier to jump on these when I'm not working.
So we'll see you every 2 weeks.
Yeah, basically. I went into the mother's like milking room like the last time that I went on this, and I had a meeting I was like really quiet, and I was like, I'll peace out, but they have a really comfy couch in there, so I'll try. But if I have
just
a meeting,
pretend that you're milking.
right? I'm like, I asked the security guard at the front, I was like, can I use the mother's room?
That's hilarious.
He's like, go for it. So yeah, so I have I feel like I've been so in and out. I get momentum and then like something happens or I go on a trip or whatever and then I completely lose it.
So how are you going to stop doing that? Because that's what's stopping your business from growing.
Exactly. So last week I kind of spent like an entire day where I was like, okay, like how do I like refocus? And like I ended up scheduling like my morning out to where it's actually on my Apple Watch. Like when I wake up in the morning, it's
cool.
It's, you know, I wake up, I usually like work out, and like I'll post those usually. And then I try to film myself working out and then like make like short clips. But that's not really consistent, but I know that people are liking those because they're seeing what I'm doing instead of just me being like, I'm working out, like do it. You know, but people will tell me like, because of you, I went and ran because you made, like this guy messaged me. He was like, every time I see you post, like, I feel like a fat ass and I need to go to the gym. And I was like, well, so, you know, I have people that like are rooting me on and are consistently following me. And I've been trying to build like those relationships, like authentically, like we're all talking about, because I'm not that person that can just like throw out an invite without having to know this person a little bit more, because I really don't want people that I don't know very well, and that aren't like me on a team. I want to be picky about who I'm working with. I did have like that moment where I had 3 people deactivate as coaches under me within like a couple weeks, because like one was my cousin and she was like, I'm not ready for this. Like she started going to F45 and I was like, all right, great. Like she's done.
I have coach cancellations every single week. How about them? Like I have one week I had 10. I was like, that's bullshit, people. You bullshit. Like I was like, fine, quit on yourself. Like I was like.
And so I'm trying not to take it personally because I understand that like, that's, it, you know, one, it's not for everybody, but what I appreciated of my cousin and then this other lady that I had signed up as a discount coach, they both reached out to me and they said, hey, I'm deactivating, but that doesn't mean that like I won't want to come back in the future. Just right now it's not really making sense for me. So I appreciated the fact that they like came to me and said, hey, I'm doing this. other girl that deactivated, she's like kind of in a circle of friends, but through Kristen, who was my upline at one point and had deactivated. So I kind of absorbed her as like a customer and a discount coach.
Who signed you?
Kristen, but then she was under Tracy.
And Tracy is gone, obviously.
Yeah.
In the Maya world. Sorry. That was not nice. I should have done that. Yeah.
I had to mute her post, but anyways,
so do I. And we are not here to bash anyone. She's doing great with her new company. So
yeah,
we're proud of her for doing good things with her new company.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So when Chelsea deactivated, I was kind of like, that was a realization moment though, where I was like, okay, like I lost 3, signed another discount coach. And I was like, all right, I still am teetering between like Emerald and then like, and like falling into coach, which was kind of like,
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
You need to go get dressed and then we'll come. I will find her swimsuit. Sorry, taking her to the soaking pool after this.
No, you're fine.
I think what you said is you cannot take it personally that someone else quits.
Yeah.
Of course, can you be disappointed? Yes. Like I've had some amazing people quit. Like they just give up on themselves. It's not the right, sometimes it's not the right fit. And let's be real, you have to have tough skin in this business. Like you do. But I just have to keep reminding myself, like, so let's say you quit tomorrow, like that's fine. But what are you going to do with your life? Like, are you happy where you are? Are you going to improve it? Are you just going to stay at your job? Like, there's just a lot of people that like, they think the grass is greener. You can go and thank them for being part of your journey, and wish them well. But like, for me, it's like, I can't find another job that I can set my hours, have the freedom, have the potential income to come in to do these type of things that I love on my own time, still be able to go on vacation, pay for myself to go to Disney World and do these things and be able to continue to grow in 7 years. Is it slow growing? Absolutely. But like, I get to work towards my dreams, not my bosses. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. So my thing is, when I lost, like, I kind of was like, okay, I can't take that personally. So like I had that moment, but then, I realized like I didn't really want Chelsea as a coach. Like she really isn't my person. We're friends.
Right.
But she's not like the type of person that I would want on my team, because she thrives in negativity. She's always complaining, and I cannot have that. Like I shun that in my life.
Right.
So I had that moment where I was like, I can be disappointed because I don't have like the amount of people under me, but like I'm moving on from that and just actually trying to find my people. So.
Right. But also, Tiffany, how many people have you invited to the coach opportunity?
Not very many. So that's
right. So that means that you're not going to have her. And it's the truth. Like you invite 10 and maybe only one's going to join you. And so I have to keep reminding myself, like, I can't get mad at myself if I'm not doing the work. So you just have to like say to yourself and not get down on yourself and not beat yourself up, but like, so start doing the work. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's where I haven't been doing it as much. So then I ended up going on like YouTube, and I think I looked up like a power hour.
Yeah.
Just to see, like, I think it would help to have like a power hour, like live or whatever, but everybody's schedule is so crazy. So I was like, I know that people do them and then they post them on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
Micah Folsom has amazing power hours. If you ever follow her, one on Instagram, one on Facebook. I mean, there's a reason she's a double 15-star diamond. And it's not rocket science. If you like listen to her power hours, you're like, this is so basic. These things are so basic. And the same thing, yes, you're right. And everyone has it in the Beachbody Champions page. And if you need to replay that every single time you do your power hour for like the first 10 or 20 times, like redo it. Like
exactly. And actually Micah Folsom was the one that I ended up watching. So
hers are great. Like I'm 7 years into the business. And when I get stuck, I'm like, I play her power hour. Like I do.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's what I'm kind of going towards. And then I learned a couple things that she does on Instagram to be able to track, which was she uses collections. If you've seen the most recent one. Yeah. So like I actually started implementing that this week, but I haven't actually went for it and put that script together to like reach out and talk to these people yet.
Yeah.
But I've been like building my like potential coaches / potential like customers into collections and trying to, you know, comment on their pictures and like watch their stories and stuff and really trying to like figure them out, but then also connect with them before I'm like, yo, this is what I do. Like, because a lot of times, like when I engage with these people, they begin to watch me and then we're like rooting each other on. But
that's the thing is like, if you most people won't come to your page unless you engage with them for like, so that's why you do the reach outs and the messaging and the comment. I mean, like just like engaging with them. So that the idea is that I engage with you so that you come to my page and you see that I would think, you know, like and trust me and build that when you watch my stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Tiffany, you working off your BAT? Yes?
Yes. That
was a hesitation.
I know, because it hasn't been out as often as it should. Like I literally carry it around in my bag.
Get it out. I'm telling you, people that work, especially work outside the house, have to have a business activity tracker. And I'm going to tell you right now, you may be mad at me and you may not like me, but I will not get on a phone call with you personally if you don't have a BAT anymore, because I can't spend time with people not knowing, like, I don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, and I told my new coach, I'm like, I will meet you halfway every single time. But if you're struggling in the business and I say, okay, Tiffany, tell me, let's talk, like send me your BAT from the last week. And you're like, well, I'm not doing my BAT. Then I would say to you, do it for a week and then let's schedule a call next week. Because then I can see what you're doing. It's the basic. It's like, go to your job. You have a checklist of what you're doing. I can check you off and see what you're doing. If you're not doing the things, we need to talk about things you're not doing and figure out why you're not doing them. Right? So
exactly.
Like, it doesn't have to be complete. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we have to have a point to start. Right. And so then if you learn on being disciplined with that, just like I talked about last week, if you didn't listen to the call, I'm super disciplined with exercise. I'm not so disciplined with certain business building activities, but that's what this business is about, is being disciplined. Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to do your crap when you're working out, show up when you don't feel like it. You got to show up in your business activities when you don't feel like it. At the end of the day, Tiffany and everyone else, it's a numbers game. We know that. Okay. But you can get really good. I don't want you, yes, you have to invite. Yes, you have to invite every day. Yes, you have to reach out to people, but it doesn't have to be in these large, massive numbers. It has to be quality people. Quality over quantity works every day. I'd way rather sign 5 quality coaches than 15 really crappy ones. And that's just at the end of the day. Most often, if you aren't signing quality, they're going to quit when things get hard. They're not going to be around. I have an amazing amount of quality discount coaches that are in my team that don't go anywhere. Why I'm still here 7 years from now? Because I show up in my challenge groups for 7 years and they need that, right? So like quality, hold on. Yes, in a little bit, in 1 minute. Quality over quantity every time, okay? And I want to do a boomerang of us, okay? Do you guys have any last questions? I love you guys for showing up. It was so nice for you. Thank you for dealing with me and my children. Just know I believe in you. I've always believed in you. I've always felt like you guys, like, there's a light switch that's in you and some of you just haven't flipped it. And when you flip it, you're going to be like, oh, like I am a badass. It's so freeing to be able to be yourself and to make an impact. Remember that. Okay. You can be yourself the exact way that you are right now and impact so many people. You got to flip that switch and be like, I'm a badass. I am the one that's making an impact. And that continues with personal development each day and working on yourself and knowing that you have the power to make an impact. There is no perfect Beachbody coach. The perfect Beachbody coach is you working on your mindset and growth every single day and sharing that authentically and knowing that you are enough exactly like you are right now, but do the work to build your team, do the work to grow your team because it's so awesome when you do to have this type of community. Okay. So we're going to do a boomerang. We're just going to, what do you want to do? That was funny. Was that awesome or what? Okay. Boomerang. Okay, ready? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, I'll post it. Okay, thank you guys for being here. Next Friday, I will be here 9:00 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I love you. Thanks for taking the time. You are badasses. You are awesome. I believe in you. Let's have an awesome week, okay?
Bye.
See you guys later. Bye.